this over. I'm your guy, the Canadian guy, and yeah, so quite the experiences the last few days, last month. This whole fucking experience has been wild, to say the least. For the most part, it's been good. I know I was talking about a breakup that I had on my last video, which was about a Sunday 2 weeks ago or a week ago. I think it was last week. But after about 4 or 5 days, Michaela finally found me and explained why she had chose to walk away. She says it was to protect me because I was constantly bringing up the fact that people were threatening me and that I didn't know if I could handle it. And I don't blame her for doing that because I think she really likes me. I really like her, and it makes sense, right? And even if she is kind of bullshitting a little bit and she was just frustrated with me, I also understand that we just started dating, and if I'm getting on her nerves, like, she's a diagnosed schizophrenic, so like she's already got enough going on in her head, and you stress her out, it just makes things worse. She has a tendency, like last night, she saw that I said something to one of my friends that she didn't like, and it put her in a quick little manic state. And the problem with that is when she goes into those states, she reaches out for help from, I would like to say friends, but some of them are exes, some of them are people we just met. And I can understand that, she needs to vent these things to people. However, I can see that as a bad road to go down. But I mean, whatever. If she's just venting, I gotta learn to trust more. I've always had issues with trusting people, mostly because I can't trust myself. I've made a lot of mistakes in the past. I've lied a lot. I've been trying to tell the truth more. I think I've been doing all right. Sometimes I still lie in here or there just to protect myself. But that's natural for anyone, right? As long as it doesn't hurt the person in the long run. But for the most part, I've told her everything. There's a couple things that she doesn't need to know about it, because it's not like I'm talking to an ex-girlfriend or fucking hiding Tinder on her or any stupid shit like that. It's just kind of meaningless stuff that if she found out, she might go, huh? But either way, so yeah, we've been kind of staying at a motel since Monday. What's the date today? September 23rd, Wednesday. I think it's like 2 or 3 o'clock right now in the afternoon. She's just out with her friend Blair right now. Blair's cool as shit. He dresses drag, but he's such a cool person. He's respectful. He's fun to be around. So I'm glad that not all of Michaela's friends are just people that I wouldn't normally associate with, and I guess not all of them are her friends, and I didn't know that, and that got me in a little bit of trouble the other day. It wasn't my intention to offend. There was a guy that she was helping out. I had no intention to offend this guy whatsoever, but I think I did. Well, obviously I did, and he kind of chilled in our motel. She said he could chill here till she was able to help him with what he was trying to get, and he kind of just hung out, and I was going through my, because I have an anxiety disorder, I was going through one of my modes where she's out and about doing this favor for this guy, and I'm sitting in here with someone I've never met before, and he seems to think that I'm racist. I don't think I am. It could be possible. Maybe he could see it better than I can because I'm seeing it from my own perspective. But it wasn't that got me with him. It was he has some face tattoos that just kind of it's just like, I'm not used to having that kind of person in my motel room because I'm a pretty keep to yourself kind of guy, right? And I've met a lot of people in the last month, so I kind of got frustrated after I left the bathroom because she had to go out again, and I wouldn't say I was rude about it, but my anxiety kicked in, so I was kind of like irritated with Michaela and this guy. I was like, look, man, can you just please leave? Like, I don't mean to be a dick, but like, I just wanted to chill today. But regardless, Michaela went and did her thing for about another couple hours. Buddy just stayed, which, whatever. We had a good chat, I guess. Got to know each other just a little bit, and ultimately, it felt like he was very hostile towards me, in a sense. Um, and I was worried about saying the wrong thing, clearly, because, I don't know what this guy, I don't know this guy. I don't know at all. And I don't know if he's a hostile person. I don't know if I say the wrong thing, he's going to get up and pull a gun out, or he's going to stab me, or he's going to punch me out. I think he'd be the type of guy to just fucking throw a 1-2. Um, I don't think he's the type to use a weapon, but regardless, I just maybe that was a little racist because he was Aboriginal, but I didn't feel like that was the case until he brought it up. Um, but regardless, there was another guy at the bus stop that we met. We were walking by, and he was just sitting on the wall, and as soon as we walked by, he's like, "Hey!" And so Michaela turns around, obviously, because she knows a lot of people in this city. I'd say at least a quarter, maybe a third of the city. And so we walk over. He asks for some help to get up. We both help him up. He's got a bottle of liquor, and he's taking quite a bit so far. And he asks if he can walk with us, right? And we're like, yeah, we're just going to the bank. And then she offered to help him do more stuff after that. And I'm like, we have an appointment. Like, we could wait. But as we were walking, he asked me if he could play a song on our. We had this cool ass soundbox here. Let me grab it real quick. It's fucking dope. Let's bring it over so it's not. Pretty cool, eh? Put that in your backpack and blast some good tunes. Anyway, he wanted to play a song, and I was like, "No, dude, I just don't want to fish it out right now. Like, we got somewhere to be, right?" And then he proceeded to grab my backpack from behind. Like, he was like, "I want your backpack." I guess he took offense to me not letting him play a song. I don't know. Or he was just simply trying to rob me and wanted me to bring it out so he could grab it and try and run, even though he was piss wasted. He probably would have bottled me instead of trying to run, but whatever. So he's fondling my backpack, and I was just laughing. Like, this was the funniest shit ever. Like, he's trying to open my backpack. He's trying to unclip it as he's fucking wasted. And I'm just standing there, like, facing that way, like, what the fuck? And then he starts fiddling with the naloxone kit. And I was like, that's a naloxone kit, man. You can have that. and then I started getting a little frustrated because it was like 30 seconds of this. And I'm like, okay, man, like, that's enough. And Michaela got in between him, and I turned quickly. And he immediately got hostile. Like, he was, like, fucking ready to go. So I just walked back. I was like, fuck this. The bank was right there. I put my mask on. I was like, I'm walking in. I'm not dealing with this shit. He's got a big bottle in his hand, and I don't want him to throw it or fucking smash me in the head. He's pretty wasted, so it probably wouldn't be too hard to, parry it. But I don't fight. I haven't been in very many fights in my life, so I'm not sure in that quick second if I'm going to react fast enough. I do have a little bit of training in the sense, but, I don't want to hurt anyone, and I don't know why anyone wants to hurt me. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I'm minding my own business, and I'm just trying to go about my day. So anyway, I go in there. He's standing out. Michaela's kind of arguing with him, and then she walks in, and then he goes off and screams at a security guard. I think the cops picked him up, but whatever. And then last night, we were supposed to go hang out with one of Michaela's cooler friends, and we were supposed to drink with them, and it would have been a lot of fun, but there was this other guy with them, and I guess Michaela kind of knew him, and the guy we were supposed to chill with, it wasn't his friend. But as soon as we walked up to where they were, because we went to meet them, me and Blair, or sorry, me and anyway, and he was just like I thought he was an enforcer, right? Because he's doing that, and he's looking all tough, like right in front of us, and I'm just like, okay, I'll just stand here, I guess. I'm glad I had this though, because when I started blasting rap music really loud, he kind of calmed down a bit. But he was really like aggressive and ready to go. He had this bat that he kept hitting on the ground, and he's really tense and doing this with his fists, and he just kept following us. It was weird, and like, someone could say, yeah, you're a fucking racist because he was Aboriginal, and it's like, no, dude, it was the way he was acting. I try to treat everybody with respect, right? And I wish more people would do that too, because we all go through shit. But anyway, so he's following us and being weird and aggressive, and Fucking Michaela takes me down this fucking pitch black alley to find her friend Blair, and this dude's following us. And I'm like, Michaela, what the fuck? Like, like it was just, I wasn't terrified, but I was like, he's walking behind me, and I've got this thing in a plastic bag with a little bit of liquor, and I'm just like, I'm thinking that it sounded like he was gearing himself up to grab it. That's what it sounded like. And then he bolted forward all of a sudden. I guess he was trying to see if I would, I think he was looking for a fight. I think he was hoping I would have tried to swing or, flinch or something. But I just kept my cool as he ran forward. And as soon as he was ahead of me and I could see him, I just, right away, as soon as I could see him, I was like, I'm good. So we got to the end of the alley. We turned back. He did the same thing again. And I don't know if he was trying to avoid a camera or what, but it just straight up, it just put me on edge with this guy. I was like, fuck, I don't want to deal with this shit right now, man. It's late. I want to go home. We were supposed to drink and have a good time. So we decided to go back to our hotel instead because our Michaela's buddy had taken off. And the dude's still following us. And eventually she got fed up when we went into the liquor store because she broke a bottle of Weisers and a bottle of wine. She just accidentally brushed it off there was a concrete wall she was sitting on. But anyway, so we went and got some cheaper stuff. $50 just gone, just like that. Fuck, it was brutal. The whiskey, she got me whiskey. She knows I like whiskey. I'm not a fan of Weisers, but I think it was the vanilla Weisers, and that would have been nice. But whatever, I wasn't mad. I thought it was hilarious. Um, but anyway, so she's walking in the liquor store, and she's like, dude, you need to stop following us. Like, we're going back to our motel, and we're going to bed. Like, you need to stop. And, he's still being aggressive and shit, but then he was just kind of like, whoa, you don't trust me? Like, yeah, we probably could trust you if you fucking relax a little bit. But anyway, so we're walking, and then we get to this park bench, and she offers him some stuff to get him to kind of fuck off, right? And he's basically says, well, why don't I come back to your hotel room so I can fuck you, and drink with you? And she's like, because that's my boyfriend right there. And then immediately he wanted to fight. He's like, oh, I'll fight your boyfriend for you. And he got up and he did the head tilted back with the eyes glaring, fists out. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes, like, I can't deal with this right now. I got a fucking handful of bags and other shit. I had a bottle of wine, so if I really wanted to, I could just dummy him in the head, but I don't want to be that guy that uses a weapon, right? But yeah, it was just like, fuck, like, I am not ready for this. And eventually we talked him out of just fucking off, because I'm just like, dude, I don't want to fight you. Like, just fuck off. Like, I think he followed us for a bit, but we got away. And eventually got into our hotel and had a wonderful night. Just the three of us. Me, Michaela, and Blair. Had a lot of fun. Chilled. Me and Michaela had a good night together when Blair took off for a bit, and could have been better, but that's how it goes. What do we have for time here? 13 minutes. Oh, fuck. Well, I guess we'll try to make this a 15er. So yeah, we're just kind of like looking for a place right now. We're going to stay in this motel for a few nights. Her dad's agreed to let us use a bed at his place for a couple nights. And I can tell you, dating a girl for a month and being able to sleep at her parents' house is weird. But I really like her dad, and even though him and Michaela have a kind of a rough history, I still think he wants the best for her, and I think he might see that I could bring something like that to her, because she kind of surrounds herself with assholes. And I'm not, I try to treat people with respect. I've learned from my own mistakes in the past of treating people bad, and I've ultimately wanted to be a better person and treat the next person that I'm with the best that I can. And I think he sees that in me, and I got to meet her grandpa. I can't remember if it was her dad's or her mom's side. He was very nice. He looked like he kind of just wanted to watch TV. He wasn't too interested. But I started talking about my dad and how he's got like his A ticket and gas fitting and all this stuff. And he's like, "Oh wow, like that's really good. Like, what are you planning on doing?" And it's like, I don't know. I haven't decided. And we just had a quick talk about life and choices we make. And if you're picking a career, make sure you pick something you like, because you don't want to fucking switch out 5 years in. Just have to start all over again. I'd really like to find something that is meaningful to me. I don't care if it's $15 an hour. I really don't. If I enjoy it and it makes me happy, then it won't be work. I would obviously like to do this on a full-time basis, and in some respect, probably not what I'm doing here, but something to do with it where I can be home, because I don't like going out, especially in a city like this. I can't carry this in my bag anymore. I don't trust it because people hear it and think, you know, money, drugs, whatever, liquor. You know, you can't carry valuables with you, and it's hard because you got a wallet full of cash, and it's like, fuck, like, you know, I don't want to get robbed. I don't want to get assaulted, and I don't want someone to pull a weapon on me like a knife or something because then I have to hand over my shit because it's not worth it. Even if I think that I could stop him from being able to do any damage and, you know, disarm the person, it's not worth it because they're going to get hurt, and if cops show up, then I get charged with assault and all that fun stuff. Um, but obviously, if someone pulls a knife on you, just take it, man. Like, just fucking go. I'm not gonna fight you. It's all yours. Like, if you're willing to pull a knife and threaten my life for this stuff, I'm worth more than an $80 speaker. Like, I'm sorry, but it sucks that we'd have to give it away because I really like it, but that's just the way it goes, right? Alright, so I'm gonna finish off here. I'll try to post another one next week. I think I might make this a weekly thing instead of a daily thing. I don't know what I'm fucking doing. I'm just kind of spitballing with everything here. Um, Hopefully I can have something more interesting, like possibly one of her friends do this with me, or maybe she do it with me, or maybe, you know, someone I know do it with me. I don't know anyone, but, you know, hop on the video and talk about their life. You know, what have they gone through? Because, you know, I thought I had pretty rough till I got to this city and ended up being homeless in it, and realizing life gets a lot harder when you have nothing and nothing left to lose. Um, so, yeah, I'm your guy, the Canadian guy, and peace and happiness.